As you can see, our helicopter did sustain gunfire. We've had a lot of questions as to what's the policy. We can tell you that I'm not going to talk specifically about tactics, but let me just talk about what this aerial platform provides. This suspect shot out a lot of the lights in that neighborhood. If any of you spent any time out there, it was very dark. When our officers, patrol officers, courageously again, like they did on Thanksgiving Thursday morning and the Friday morning, ran towards the gunfire, they were having a hard time spotting the suspect. The helicopter Air 1, which is our primary helicopter for the Austin Police Department that we received not too long ago, came on station. Shortly after coming on station, they came under fire. The pilots and the tactical flight officer at that time made what I thought was a very courageous decision. They came to the realization that by being in the area and staying on station, that the suspect was actually drawing his attention to them, and they felt that he posed a greater threat to the ground officers and the community members in that neighborhood. The officers were limited by the ceiling, by the cloud cover from climbing too high, and so they actually were at an altitude where they actually got struck, as you can see from examining this aircraft, by gunfire. Although they were clearly in danger in terms of putting their lives in danger, we have outstanding pilots and outstanding tactical flight officers. They constantly monitored all the instruments in the aircraft. They were constantly moving and changing their flight pattern to try to make it themselves a harder target. And one of the things that they identified early on was an emergency landing site in the event that they would be struck and they would have a catastrophic event where they'd have to land the aircraft and initiate an emergency landing. I can tell you that I have reviewed the video from the aircraft. It will eventually be released to the public. The video is very dramatic. It's very clear that the suspect that was killed by our SWAT officer was absolutely targeting the officers in this aircraft, and just as importantly, we have video from this aircraft that shows the suspect shooting in the direction of the officers on the ground. I've extended my appreciation to our flight crew for using some outstanding tactics to be able to complete the mission, but more importantly, for the courage that they exhibited in remaining on station, realizing that they made the tactical decision that by staying on station, the suspect was taking his attention away from the officers, patrol officers on the ground, and directing most of his attention to the aircraft. I'm also going to let you know, the community know, that the actual shot taken by our SWAT officer, I have seen that shot. It is on video. It is dramatic. It is very dramatic, and I can tell you that the video shows the suspect come out at the same time of his garage with a long rifle and a scope. The SWAT officer, being a sniper himself, understands that the capabilities that are offered with the long rifle and the scope makes the targeting of our aircraft a lot greater threat, because at that point with the long rifle, which from a distance we can't tell what the caliber is, what its maximum effective range is, that SWAT officer made that split-second decision as the suspect, we can see him on video, got into a shooting position and raised and targeted the rifle at our aircraft at that point, based on his training experience, based on the type of weapon, the long rifle with the scope mechanism. The SWAT officer, fearing for the lives of our crew and obviously the lives of the community members around them, took a shot.